Today I got the redesigned 2024 Jeep Wrangler. Now this is Rubicon trim. Now a lot of things in this vehicle are the same, but there's a few different things on this vehicle that you may not know about that's new for 2024. But this one right here is different. I like that turbo. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. First off, do not sleep on the 2-liter. Before I actually driving it today, I slept on this engine. I was like, man, that thing probably ain't got no power, man. It's actually pretty good, and I'm surprised that it actually drives this good. Like, wow. Of course, I'm gonna show you the entire vehicle, inside, outside, front to back, but we're just gonna get straight to it and show you what's new about this vehicle. This is it. Jeep finally moved over to the 12.3-inch variant of this screen. Now, this one right here, surprising enough to me, this thing is more responsive than the 8-inch screen. The 8-inch screen, I remember I used to boast saying, oh, this is the most responsive screen I've used yet. I think they've been listening, because this new one, not only is it bigger, it's clearer, but it's also faster, more responsive, and it's more stylish. I mean, look at this thing. You can go to media, look at it, fast, comfort, bam. Phone, and also you hear a little bloop, 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 bloop. First off, when I see it, it's so clear. Like, it's clearer than I would expect it to be. And there's a few other things in this vehicle that's different as well. We'll go over that in a second, but this thing comes with Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. So when you go home, you can adjust 2 halves of the screen. So right now it's set to phone and then radio, but you can adjust it however you want to. Go to media, it's like 1080p screen right here. For the climate control, not only is the screen looking like it's a Jeep Wrangler, but you got these different vents right here. They're horizontal. So when I see the rear view camera, you can see how clear that is. That's pretty darn clear. This is a lot clearer than the old camera used to be. Within the multimedia screen, you can see the off-road pages. Go to off-road pages, push it. It doesn't even have to load anymore. Look at that. That used to be one of the downsides. When you go to off-road pages, you have to like load for like 5 seconds at least. Now it goes there instantly, like bam, like it's the way it should be, right? So you're looking right here, you see vehicle dynamics, you see steering angle, you see the way it changes. Look at that live. 10, 12%, and it's also a lot faster. Before it used to be a little bit laggy. You can adjust the sway bar. It shows if it's connected or disconnected. Front axle locker, right now it shows unlocked. Rear axle locker, unlocked. Transfer case, unlocked. There's a lot of everything that's cool about this. Accessory gauge, look at this. You can see live temperature, oil pressure, battery trans temperature, oil temperature, pitch and roll. So when you're getting off-road, you're getting that sketchy angle, you know, but that's not it. You look inside the interior of this vehicle, I remember this panel right here used to be just a smooth piece of like metal, aluminum, plastic, whatever you want to call it. But now it's like this nice, grippy leather, suede-ish feeling kind of material right here. I love it. This top piece used to feel nice. This is next level here. This piece right here feels nice. As well as it's got like a red stitching right there. So when you look at the locker right here, you see how that's red. And you look at the steering wheel right here, you see how the trim around the edge of it is red as well. But not just that. Look at the seats. The word Rubicon as well as the stitching going around the seats is red as well. In the front, and in the back. At the interior of the vehicle, you can see your shifter right here. 2 high, 4 high, neutral, 4 low, all right there. Very easy to adjust. Something else I just noticed, this material right here continues all the way over to here. That's attention to detail right there. For those of you who are new to Jeep, this top comes off. Usually just these 2 panels are the ones that most people take off, but the whole thing can come off, and it's easy. All you gotta do to take this off is 1, 2, 3. This little guy right here, undo that, and then it comes off. But it's almost 100 degrees outside, so we're not going to take that off today. But if you did decide to take it off, it's super simple. And something else I think that's cool as far as paying attention to detail, when you look at the Jeep Wranglers, the roof right up here, down here by the shifter, as well as in here, is all covered in this little special little texture, little random cool little pattern. I like that about Jeep. You got 2 cup holders as well as a little slot for your phone. Let's check out the outside real quick. The Rubicon is probably one of the most popular trims that you'll see on the road out there, for good reason, because it's off-road ready. So when you look at the vehicle, you'll see this thing right here. It says trail rated, but it doesn't have to be a Rubicon to be trail rated. But with this being the Rubicon option, you get the locker option, as well as you can adjust the sway bars. Comes with slightly different suspension, and it's got slightly different shocks back here, the red shocks, opposed to this non-Rubicon version right here. The shocks are black, but depending on your budget and taste, you can adjust the shocks up to Fox suspension. The color scheme for the Rubicon is red trim. You see, different versions have blue trim, yellow trim, orange trim, but the Rubicon, unless you have the 4xe, is red trim. So red here, red there, and red in various spots like you saw on the interior with the seat. Even when you come down here and look at the wheels, red on the little Jeep right there, and a little red dot. Red toe hooks and probably more. This one comes with the cool halogen / LED headlights. As well as, if I'm not mistaken, I believe these hood vents on this Rubicon are a little bit different. See how they're vented up to let the heat out of the engine? You're gonna need that out here in Arizona because it's 100 something degrees out here daily. We come around the back, you got a backup camera hooked in through the tire, as well as the LED backup light right there. And this right here, one of my favorite features of the Wrangler. You can open this up and now you got your little spot to sit down and eat some sandwiches. And if you're curious, base price is $49. After all the upgrades and everything, $55. You get moderate protection with this roll cage-esque type of roll cage inside of the Jeep Wrangler. It's not really a real roll cage, but it does give you a little bit of protection. You see right here from the back seat, you can push the seats forward. Bam, very simply, goes forward, easy. You can even take the seats out. Another thing a lot of people may not know, you can see the water forward information right here. One of the coolest and one of my favorite features about the Jeep Wrangler is how easy it is to pop the hood. Two switches, 1 and 2. And then just like that, you can see your brand new engine. This is a 2-liter engine right here, and we're gonna test it out and see how it drives. And today's video is courtesy of Earnhardt Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Gilbert, Arizona. Now, it may have a 2-liter engine, but don't let that level of displacement fool you into thinking that there's no power, because this one comes with 275 horsepower and 295 foot-pounds of torque. That's pretty much the same thing as the V6 version. But you get better gas mileage and tuning capabilities. But it's one thing to see the specs on paper. Let's see how it performs on the road. Put in reverse, of course, like I said, nice clear backup camera. This one actually I think is a little bit clearer than the other one. I don't know if it's actually clear or if it's just like the software that's inside this new screen right here that makes the screen a lot clearer, or what it is. Well, let's get going. Ooh. Feel a little bit of umph right there. I gotta set my accessory gauge so I can see everything that's going on, while I'm getting my power going on with my 2-liter turbo engine. I'm gonna get on it. I'm gonna see if I can actually feel the 295 foot-pounds of torque, because, whoa. Okay, first off, do not sleep on the 2-liter Jeep, right? Because I slept on it. I'm gonna be honest, before I actually driving it today, I slept on this engine. I was like, man, that thing probably ain't got no power, man. But after just getting on this little bit right here, whoa. That 2-liter turbo engine paired with that 8-speed automatic transmission, this thing right off the line can get going a little bit. And that's going to be something that's useful, especially for the guys that are out there trying to, go off-road and everything, climb a little hill or something like that. This turbo, you can actually feel it. Now, I'm gonna be honest, it's not blow your doors off. It's not like the 392 or Hellcat powered Jeep or anything like that. But for what you get with this little guy, it's actually pretty good. And I'm surprised that it actually drives this good. Wow. Woo! That's impressive. I've driven the V6 one, and I'm gonna be honest, I like that little bit of turbo noise in the background, because my car is turbo. My little turbo Audi giveaway is out now. It has that nice turbo sound. Of course, mine is tuned, external air intake and everything like that, so you can hear the turbo noise a lot more. But stock, the fact that I can hear it as opposed to that little whiny V6 noise, the little V6 that comes in the regular one, those ones, they got kind of like a little bit of a grindy, whiny little noise, but this one right here is different. I like that turbo. Whoa. Oh man. Wow. Okay. This one's better than the V6, for sure. It's got the 2-liter Hurricane engine in there, and the 2-liter Hurricane engines are new for Jeep. They're gonna be coming out in the Dodge Chargers, they're gonna be coming out in the Gladiators in the future, whatever vehicles haven't been swapped over to the Hurricane engine, they're gonna be getting them. Even like the Jeep Grand Wagoneer, they have the Hemi 6.4-liter option, or you can get the 3-liter twin turbo Hurricane option with 500 horsepower. This one comes with just under 300 horsepower, 275 horsepower, 295 foot-pounds of torque. And, for compared to, the V6 with the, 285 foot-pounds torque and 275 horsepower, the horsepower is the same, but the powertrain's different. After driving the 4xe with their Hurricane engine in there, this is basically that same engine, except the 4xe, instead of it being a turbo, it comes with the electric platform on there to give you a little bit extra boost. But this one comes with a turbo. So with the turbo on there, you can have that power on there consistently, all right? You can have that power on there consistently, but the 4xe is a little bit more, It has a little bit more torque and more horsepower because it's like you're mixing gasoline with electric, and you know how powerful electric cars are these days. I mean, it's 2020. This is 2024. Any 2024 electric vehicles, they're known for being like real punchy and fun, especially with the acceleration. So it just me personally, having driven almost all the Jeep Wranglers that you can drive, I would either get a diesel, the 2-liter Hurricane with the electric, so the 4xe, or this one, this 2-liter Hurricane engine one. I wouldn't get the V6. I'd say, I'm sorry, but I think the V6 might be dead. So with this one, you can get better gas mileage and more power. And if you're willing to get it tuned, your potential for getting more power is like crazy. With a turbo, that's why I love turbo engines, because your tuning ability is like, it's like through the roof. Like if you find the right tuner, you can improve your fuel economy, your torque, your horsepower, the way that the engine just delivers the power all together. Just you basically change the whole settings of the engine and everything. So tuning is cool. After having driven one, I think this is definitely a contender. I say the V6 version is at the bottom now. Anyone who gets a V6, maybe you just haven't driven a Hurricane, or you feel a certain way about turbos, but I'm digressing. This 2024 version is a nice Jeep. So if anyone's out there looking for a Jeep Wrangler, this is definitely going to be a good contender. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.